We believe that a healthy brain is the key to a rich and full life. So, Judge, let me ask you this today. Is your brain healthy? Let us find out as we explore through our exhibits. Our tour will cover three main spots. First, the components of the brain and their functions. Next, the conditions of a healthy and unhealthy brain. And finally, and most importantly, how to care for your brain. Buckle up your neurons because we're just about to get started. Welcome to the Brain Anatomy Hall, where we'll be looking at the functions inside of your head. The brain is divided into different parts, each with its own job. According to the British Mind Journal, the role of the brain is to interpret senses, control movement, maintain cognitive, mental, and emotional processes, and deliver normal behavior and social cognition. Let's break down each role, starting with the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is like the CEO of your brain, responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and personality. You can thank your frontal lobe the next time you resist the urge to say something awkward in public. Next is the participle lobe. This one is the part of your brain that holds pain and temperature. So, if you've ever grabbed a hot coffee cup and immediately regretted every life choice that led you up to that moment, your participle lobe is the first to make the bad news. Next is your occipital lobe. This one is your visual processor, and it is all the way at the back of your brain. Everything you see goes through here. So you can thank your occipital lobe the next time you successfully dodge a random squirrel that likes to dart onto the street, or blame it when you don't. Next is the temporal lobe. This is your part of your brain that is the soundtrack of your life. So, if you ever had a song stuck in your head for hours, that is your temporal lobe working overtime. All these players come together in order to bring in the brain stimuli, interpret it, and respond accordingly. From knowing how to squint when looking at the sun, to knowing how to rank my speech, your brain is responsible for interpreting the world around you and allowing you to be an active part of it. So give your brain a round of applause, because without it, you'd be more of a museum exhibit than a visitor. Next, we will look at the gallery of brain health, where we'll be looking at the difference between a healthy and unhealthy brain. Here's a perfect model of a healthy brain. Look, it's all smooth and glowing. It's firing on all cylinders. Neurons zipping by carrying important information to the proper part of the brain, allowing us to fully interact with ourselves and others. But look here, exhibition B, the unhealthy brain. Here we have brain scans of a healthy brain, a brain with mild cognitive impairment, and a brain with Alzheimer's disease. According to the World Federation of Neurology, poor brain health can alter a person's life as they know it, decreasing physical and cognitive ability. To us, it may have seemed as a part of our brain has literally shut off, but to as a user, we may feel forgetful or foggy. For people who have experienced trauma, Psychological Today tells us that certain brain pathways formed in those moments solidify. PTSD survivors, for example, when they experience certain sights or sounds that remind them of their past, put them into a fight, flight, or freeze mode, causing them to either overreact or underreact in stressful situations. In this next clip from the movie Dunkirk, a shell-shocked soldier, after being rescued by a civilian boat, panics when he learns that he is going back to Dunkirk, France, the place that he had just been fighting. Please watch. With time and therapy, these neural pathways can be reconstructed, allowing the PTSD survivor to respond in healthier and safer ways. Now we've moved on to the most important part of our tour, Brain Care 101, where we'll be learning how to care for our brain. First stop, brain and body gym. Physical exercise is one of the best ways to boost brain health. Simple activities such as running, swimming, or even just walking allows blood to flow to the brain. Next, Brain Food Cafe. Here we've got all of the brain's favorite snacks. Leafy greens, fatty fish like salmon, and berries are like fuel to the brain, giving it the proper nutrients it needs to function. Next, Sleep Zone, where we get to see brain recovery in action. Sleep is the brain's clearing up toxins and organizing memories. According to Mayo Clinic, some theories suggest that sleep plays an important role in brain health by consolidating memories and clearing up abnormal toxins in the brain, boosting overall brain health with memory and a healthier brain. So if you've got a big tournament in the next day, it might be the best move to get that extra hour of sleep to consolidate that speech instead of staying up all night studying. Next is Social Square. Believe it or not, being social is great for brain health. Conversations and connections are necessary to keep the brain sharp. Next, the Distress Rest Stop. Chronic stress can be like a traffic jam for your neurons. It slows everything down. But if we take the time to relax, meditate, or even just breathe, it can make all the difference. Thank you for joining us here at the Brain Museum. We've explored 3 different topics. First, the components of the brain and their function. Next, the conditions of a healthy and unhealthy brain. And finally, and most importantly, how to care for your brain. A healthy brain is the key to a rich and full life. If we put these tips into practice, not only can we help ourselves, but we can help our family and our friends. Judge, it may not happen all in an instant, but with little steps, we can achieve a healthier lifestyle. So, Judge, what type of brain do you want for yourself? And remember, folks, while a fragile brain brings pain, a healthy brain keeps you sane. Thank you so much.